welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card tutorial. Today I am making a technique demonstration by request. So shout out to Mary. Thank you for requesting a video. And I want to demonstrate how to use the Delicate Details stamp set. This is the one that has the strips of lace. So I've had a couple of people say they like the look, but they're not sure what to do with it. So here's one idea. I'm using the Dragonfly Thinlit die, the one that has the cluster, and I'm cutting it out of Sahara Sand. I have a piece of Falling in Love Designer Series paper, and what I'm planning to do is to have the negative space be able to show through, and I'm going to pop the dragonfly back in. I considered putting it in straight against the paper, which would look good, but one thing I liked was being able to get the look of the shadows underneath the dragonfly die cut between the two papers. So I'm attaching the die cut back into the negative space. There are lots of different ways this can be done. I have some washi tape and I'm just going in to the edges of where the die cut meets the paper that it was cut away from, and I'm just kind of sticking it back together. There's, like I said, probably 100 different ways to do this. A lot of them would be really technical ways to do it and would look a lot more clean. However, this is the back side of the card, and using washi tape and just taping it back together works really good for what my card experience is here. So this is kind of an explanation as to why I chose to put it together this way. I'm using a lot of dimensionals because I want this to be the focal part of the card, and I really want the card to not collapse in on itself on the area where the dragonflies are. So here is the technique that I want to share on using these strips of lace. One way that I have used it is to use my grid pad and some post-it notes. So what I'm going to do is just use the grid mat and put the post-it notes down exactly in the same place at the top part of the card and at the bottom part of the card. And I'm going to use one of these strips of lace to put a stamp at the top of the medallion and at the bottom of the medallion. I don't want it to kind of run off of the card because that won't really look right to me. What it would do is it would go off to the side, and I would have some lace going off into nowhere. And although that's okay with some designs, that's not what I want it to do on this. So if you would like to have just a strip of lace that is a certain size, find something easy like post-it notes or some copy paper and cut strips, glue it down to an area, and just use an isolated piece of the lace. You don't have to go as far as doing like stamp isolation and using your MISTI tool, although that is a great way to do it. It's also just as easy to mask off a certain area of your card with something as simple as post-it notes. So there's lots of different possibilities with this stamp set. The best thing about it is it's photopolymer and you can bend it. You can have lots of great ideas. I'm using the inside of the card for another opportunity on how to use this. It just goes up and down the side of the card and gives a little bit of interest. It's nice to have something on the inside of the card that is not just words but a design. So here is the finished card, and I hope you guys like the design look of this card. I thank you for joining me for another card tutorial today, and I invite you over to my blog at jennystampsup.com. All of the measurements for this project are in the description of the video. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you next time.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.